So he said, I'm short. And he was like, well, if I really want to be honest with you, I'm a very tall guy. And if I was to go to choose for myself, I would choose a lady who is almost my height or somewhere around my neck or shoulder. You're not my spec. You're not my kind of girl. So when I started sending him money every month, sometimes twice in a month, he changed. He was not talking about the height difference. He was very, very calm. He was not worried. He was not disturbed at all. So when I talked to him, I said, so, are you not worried about this height difference? He said, who cares? I don't care about those things. Any information you get from somebody, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So, when you get an information from somebody, from his speech or from her speech, don't say that was just a mistake. It was a slip of the tongue. No, that's exactly what has been in them. So, they're able to communicate it to you. And how do you get to know the intents of people? When they talk to you, you're able to pick one or two things from there. You're not my spec. You're not my kind of girl. Sometimes don't wait for red flags to be in action. Like you see somebody hit you, or somebody insult you, or somebody is aggressive and very, very hot tempered before you say, this is a red flag. You can get red flags from very simple communications. Sometimes when you meet somebody, you are afraid, you want to do a lot of discoveries by yourself. You want to know their tendencies, you want to know their behaviors, you want to know all that. Okay. And some people are very, very good at concealing things. Some people are not showing the wrong side, the bad side of them. Don't take your money to make somebody like you. If you're not if you're not their spec from the start, you would not be their spec always. When they come to a place where they are free, they are capable of making their own choices and their own decisions, they will certainly go for that has always been their spec and not you. So one time my colleague at work met me and she was trying to say some things. She has been talking to somebody back home. She's my colleague here. They've been talking to somebody back home and they've been talking like seriously, okay, and they were like the relationship was towards marriage. That's what she told me. So sometime later, she came and met me and told me that she has some things that have been bothering her. So I said, okay, if you want to talk about them. She said, yeah. She has two things to tell me. So I said, yeah, what's the first? She said, well, the first thing is that she spoke to this guy. And from listening to what he said, the guy said, well, in my life, I have never ever dreamt of getting married to a short girl. I'm very, very tall. I'm a very, very tall guy. And I want my girl to be around my neck or around my shoulder. But you are like short. You are around maybe my chest, somewhere around my breast. So he said that would be a very big height difference. And he will not like that. And secondly, this guy is so obsessed. He's so obsessed with biracial children. She said you cannot imagine that this guy went as far as going to get pictures, photos of his friends' children. His friends who live in Europe and America, they have biracial children. So he went as far as getting pictures of those children and sending to her, the girl, and said, oh, look at biracial children. They are so cute. They are very, very beautiful children. I really love biracial children. Someone does not need to cheat on you before you know that's a red flag. Someone does not need to be very aggressive and hit you before you say this could be domestic violence. Talking about red flags, you could get red flags from every aspect, from everything. Okay, red flags don't just come from actions. You don't need to see somebody getting drunk and getting aggressive, and you say, "Oh, that's a red flag." If he's not your spec, his money should not be your spec. His pocket should not be your spec. If she's not your spec, her money should not be your spec. You should not be interested in her pocket. When they come to a position where they are free, they have the opportunity to choose for themselves. They've come to that place of freedom where they have everything and they want to choose what is that okay for them, what they've been always yearning to have. They'll go ahead to choose what they've always known to be their spec. That's what they'll choose. When they have the opportunity to choose by themselves freely, when they've come to that place where they have everything at their disposal, they will surely choose the person who has always been their spec. They'll choose what they know has always been the spec in their heart. Red flags can be gotten from actions and from speech. So when you talk to somebody, be very, very intelligent. Open your ears and listen very well. When you want to get to know somebody, don't dramatize nothing. Just speak to them, talk to them. You're able to you pick some words from what they're saying. You're able to know their stand. So that's the second red flag. So she said, this is a guy, I'm going to do all his documents and bring him over. She decided to call off the relationship. She stopped every communication, and that was it. Because she believed that those were very dangerous red flags. And if she was overlooking those to go ahead with whatever they were talking about, the end would be disastrous. So she wanted to just avoid all the drama and everything that would be connected to such a decision. With this kind of obsession for biracial children, it means when he comes over, when he's here and settled, and he has the opportunity to make choices for himself, he might end up leaving the marriage to go after his dream for biracial children. So she said these two things they're red flags, like very big red flags for her. So she asked me, what do I think about it? I said, no, it's not about me, it's about you. What do you think about it? Then she was saying, nah, these are two big red flags that I would not want to overlook. Okay, follow your instincts. You're the one who is involved. So your spiritual antenna or your physical antenna, you are the one, your ears, your everything is so sharp to make this decision because you're the one who's involved. It's not me. So you follow your instincts, whatever you think is correct, is right, then you have to act accordingly. If you follow your instincts, you'll pick up a lot of red flags that will save you a lifetime of agony and pain. There's some things you cannot ignore, especially when they come from people. Yeah, and those could be red flags. Don't ignore them. So even if the people subsequently change their minds, you should be able to know that this is what was said first. And that's just a part of them. When they come to a place where they are settled, a place of freedom where they can be able to make their own choices because they have everything that they need, they will make choices. And of course, you are not going to be one of their choices. I told her that whatever decision you take, it's okay. It's your life, it's your decisions, it's everything, it's about you. So you have to make decisions that will favor you first before another person. So yeah, so this is what I want to say to everybody, to anybody who's listening. If somebody tells you you're not their spec and they later change their minds, they're either benefiting something from you has blinded their true reasoning. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, and don't forget to share and leave your comments and tell me what you think about red flags.